How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Spider. In this video we're going to be breaking down week number 9 of the ASL. We're going up against Insomniac Cricket and the Duke Blue Dooms. My opponent's team consists of Meowscarada, Dragapult, Cinderace, insane first 3 by the way, Skarmory, Screamtail, Hydrapple, Jolteon, Tentacruel, Knacklestack, Basculin, and Dragonair. His Terra captains are going to be Jolteon with Terra Electric, Ice, and Fairy, Knacklestack with Terra Rock, Fairy, or Ghost, and Basculin with Terra Water, Electric, and Ground. Since this is the last week and my opponent cannot make playoffs, he might just run really creative, really fun sets. He might end up bringing Dragonair and Basculin and Knacklestack. I don't really know. Another thing to consider is that I'm recording this Monday. I told my opponent, look, well, I know he doesn't make playoffs. I probably don't make playoffs either. Let's just get this done with. I want to focus on my other 2 weeks. If I win and I make playoffs, that's great. I'm not saying I don't want to make playoffs. I'm just saying my differential over the last 3 weeks has been so bad that I don't think I can make it. That being said, I will definitely, obviously I want to win. I'm going to try to win and try to secure that playoff spot if I can. So I built this team in about, I want to say 15 minutes, maybe less. And I think maybe that's better than taking like hours and doing tons of mocks and just, at that point it's like, okay, are you just overthinking things? Probably not, but at the same time, my opponent doesn't have any more time to prep than I do. We both agreed to have this battle really early. We're going to have it tonight, well, really early week-wise, but really late in the day. So with that being said, let's get right into the team. First up, we have Sandy Shocks here. I thought I had a decent matchup against this team. There's really not much that wants to switch into my dual stab outside of like, I don't know, Screamtail and maybe Hydrapple. Definitely Hydrapple, but Hydrapple's not a very good Pokemon anyway. We are booster energy with booster speed, so we have just enough speed for Basculin, max speed Basculin, because his speed jars are kind of weird. He's got a lot of fast Pokemon above 110, and then after Screamtail, he's got Tentacruel at 100, Basculin at 98, and everything else is below 70. So it's like, what do I even do with Sandy Shocks? I ended up speed creeping the Basculin because, again, he might end up bringing it just as like a, okay, it's the last week, let's just bring the stuff that I want to bring. We have 184 EVs in the special attack, which will be 1 less than my speed, so it'll always boost my speed. 72 in HP, 16 into defense, 4 in special defense. I have 16 in physical defense so that I can try to, I believe, just like Oko a Meowscarada at +2 with an Iron Defense Body Press. I did kind of want to fit Flash Cannon on here for the Screamtail, but I felt like Iron Defense plus Body Press is pretty good in general, but it's really nice for that Meowscarada that wants to maybe come in and try to take advantage of this Pokemon. I haven't used Sandy Shocks all that much this season, so I wanted to give it one more shot to see if it could prove me wrong, because it really has not done much for me this season. Next up, we have Mary Martell, the Manabuzz, with the Rocky Helmet. I think this Pokemon has a pretty good matchup defensively. Because Meowscarada gets Triple Axle now, it's a little bit worse, but it's still good for Cinderace, for Skarmory, Hydrapple. Really every Pokemon, well, it's not good against Screamtail and Jolteon and some Dragapults, but I feel like besides that, Manabuzz is just really good to kind of come in and be a pivot with U-turn. We can boost for recovery. We do have Defog there to get rid of hazards. So ideally I just switch into Skarmory, and if he goes for hazards, that's fine. That's why I don't really need the boots, in my opinion. And if he leads Meowscarada, I will expect a Spikes lead. And if it's Protean and it goes for Spikes, the Triple Axle will no longer be Stab, which means I might be able to live 2 of them. I'm not sure. I opted for Knockoff over Foul Play because this isn't really my Dragapult answer. If it was, I would be Foul Play so that I could do more damage to Dragapult. Knockoff is just better in general against his team because of the, just support option of knocking off items. We are bringing Edgar this week, which is pretty funny because we brought it last week, but it didn't do shit. I think it might have a larger role this week. Of course, it is a Wigglytuff. I will never stop flaming this Pokemon for just being terrible. I should never have drafted it. So we have the physically defensive Wigglytuff along with the physically defensive Manabuzz. They're both pretty much the same set. I have a pinch of special defense investment just so that I usually will not get 2-hit KO'd by Jolteon unless there's hazards up, or if he has a Calm Mind up, or if he has specs. Any of those situations he might be able to 2-hit me, but otherwise not. And if he does some crazy amount of damage, then I know that he'll be specs, and then I can kind of deal with that accordingly. Because this Pokemon is a normal and fairy type, it deals pretty well with Dragapult, interestingly enough. He could bring Steel Wing and that would be annoying, but that's why I am physically defensive, because otherwise there's not really much Dragapult can do to me. Alluring Voice is just decent for hitting Meowscarada and Dragapult, as well as something that wants to set up. Wish Protect is obvious, and then we have last slot Baton Pass because I want to Baton Pass. I probably should run this negative speed so that I'm slower than Hydrapple, which I might end up doing, but probably not because I think getting damage off on that Pokemon would also be pretty cool. Let's just hope Edgar does something this week, because it really hasn't done shit for me. I can't really blame it for being terrible, it's just how the game developers made it. We've got Hisuian Goodra with the Assault Vest. I feel like this is my best answer for a Terra Jolteon, because it can terrestrialize into an Ice type. It becomes a problem for like a Sandy Shocks or a Superior. It can set up pretty well on Cryogonal. Same, not really with Wigglytuff because of Luring Voice, but yeah, I just feel like Goodra with the Assault Vest is really good here because the coverage is pretty nice. I can Flamethrower the Skarmory, I can Earthquake the Tentacruel, but besides that, I really just hit things really hard with my dual stab. So we are max HP, 56 attack EVs, 108 defense EVs, and 96 special attack EVs. With a quiet nature, I still don't get outsped by Hydrapple unless he's running some considerable speed with that relaxed nature, and I wanted to run Heavy Slam over like a Flash Cannon in case Jolteon starts setting up Calm Minds on me, because that could be annoying. So even resisted with the attack investment, Heavy Slam just does a pretty, like it always 3-hits him, even with leftovers, unless he's like really bulky. We are of course the Gooey ability because it's just its best ability, I think. It doesn't really need Sap Sipper because I don't think Hydrapple gets Leech Seed. Hopefully Goodra can do something this week. It hasn't really done much recently, but I think, you know, again, it's got a good matchup. It just, in theory, it just doesn't always work out. So I'm bringing a pretty basic, pretty standard Annihilate here. We are just Bulk Up, Rage Fist, Drain Punch, Substitute. We have Substitute there just in case we can try to take advantage of like a Skarmory. So if I Bulk Up and it doesn't have Whirlwind or anything like that, I wanted to go Taunt so that it couldn't Whirlwind me, but I just kind of ran out of move slots, I think. Looking at it now, I will actually change it to probably Taunt instead of Drain Punch because he doesn't have a normal type and his Dark type is Masquerada, so I don't really care. I think I will just change that. See, this is why I do team builders, because it's important to be able to do this. Otherwise, Skarmory's probably just gonna Iron Defense against me or try to Whirlwind. I wouldn't really care about Iron Defense because it can't hit me with Body Press, but still. We have 184 EVs into Speed, which will allow us to outspeed a Screamtail that isn't invested, and that's really nice because, again, assuming we have Taunt over Drain Punch, we'll be able to stop that thing from Encoring me or you know, Thunder Waving me or doing anything like that. And it's not very strong, so even if it's clicking Dazzling Gleam, we do have, you know, 76 EVs into Special Defense with the Careful Nature, so we should be able to live those just fine. You know, damage that thing, threaten it pretty well. We're max HP. So we have no attack investment, but if we get enough hits on this Pokemon, it's not really going to matter. I'm not sure if hits behind a Substitute count towards the Rage Fist. I guess this will just be my little experiment, if it works out that way. Last but not least, we've got the Tears of Lease. Last but not least, get it? Okay. Black Sludge is the item with Corrosion, Sub, Protect, Toxic Flamethrower. I haven't been able to use this set once this season, so I figured I might as well go for it here. I feel like it can just take a few hits from several things. I am max HP, 88 defense, 156 special defense with a bold nature, and then 16 in special attack. It's just kind of generally good because if I'm able to substitute on something like a Skarmory, because Skarmory's not staying in against me, Screamtail might not, you know, Hydrapple, maybe I live stuff. Salazzle's very frail naturally, but if you invest in it, it can take some hits, and he doesn't have a natural ground type, so that's kind of helpful too. Being that Tentacruel and Dragapult will be the two probably main switch-ins to this Pokemon, given that they resist the dual stab, if I can Toxic those Pokemon and just kind of stall them out, that would be really cool. Unfortunately, we did not get to use Swallow this season. I really wanted to because I think like a Gluttony Salicberry Swords Dance set would be really cool. It's just really freaking weak. I would test it out and I'm like, okay, I got like 2 Swords Dances up, I got the +1 speed, we're ready to rock. It does like 20% with a Gunk Shot. So I'm not gonna use that Pokemon. With that being said, I've done enough rambling, so I'm gonna cut the video right here and I'll see you guys in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle, going up against Insomniac Cricket, aka Cricket. Let's see what he brings here. He does bring Basculin. I had a feeling he'd bring that thing. So no Jolteon, no Dragapult, all very good things. No Screamtail. I wouldn't mind leading Sandy Shocks, but I really don't want to deal with like a lead Meowscarada. So I'll just lead Mandibuzz, because Mandibuzz is actually pretty damn good against this team in general. Yeah, if he's Terra Ground Basculin, that could definitely be an issue. So, but then again, then it doesn't do as much. If it does Terrastalize, it doesn't do as much against Mandibuzz. So, good luck, have fun to Cricket, of course. He leads Skarmory, so we're gonna go ahead and knock off turn 1. I don't think this Pokemon gets Toxic, right? I hope not. Oh, so he's running Heat. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Good on him. Good for you. You might be weak armor as well. You're not weak armor. Okay. So if you're agility, I'm going to assume you don't have Stealth Rocks. Just a humble guess here. I think he Swords Dances here, so I'm going to go, I think, just Grand Maester. But Flamethrower might be able to take him out. I'm going to U-turn. Yeah, there's the Swords Dance. I had a feeling that was coming out here. So, trying to see physically defensive, so the body press isn't going to do too much. I imagine I can just Flamethrower here pretty safely. I don't really want to play around with this, just in case it's got something crazy. So let's just Flamethrower. I'm assuming if he led with it, he'll just stay in to try to do as much damage. Okay. We do get the Gooey on him. We do not get Flinch, which is ideal. And we do knock him out. Okay, so Goodra gets the first kill here, which is ideal, obviously. Okay, so it's going to be Cinderace. So this Pokemon might want a high jump kick. I think Mandibuzz is always pretty safe here, unless he goes for Electro Ball. That could be a move that he goes for. Even with Libero, Electro Ball just doesn't do that much. So I'm still going to go Marion Martell here. If he Swords Dances, he Swords Dances, but we're just going to have to deal with that. Focus Blast. Holy shit. He does connect as well. I had a feeling he'd be special, but oh wow, that does a lot. Wow, he's Specs, isn't he? Damn, this is a really cool fucking team. Now I look like a dope. Now I look like a dope using my generic team, huh? I think Annihilate is really my best play here. He's got to be Specs with that. Timid Specs makes, looks like that's what it is. And so I'm kind of going to just force a switch out here, which is beautiful. I could either, now what does he go into here? If he's a full Heat team, I really don't know what to expect. Yeah, let me bulk up here. Switch out is real. It is Tentacruel, so this might be a Swords Dance set. Something I have to consider for sure. For sure, dude. And I kind of want to taunt it, just in case it does Swords Dance on me. I'm still just going to taunt. I'm really expecting a Swords Dance here. We should outspeed him. We have a good chunk of speed. We have enough speed for a Scream Tail. Okay, so we're wrong. 423 down to 341. It didn't do enough to break a sub, so I think I will just substitute here. He could get a defense drop, but I think I'm fine with that. I'm going to knock off my leftovers, that's also fine. So with 2 Rage Fist boosts, I think I should knock this Pokemon out. A Rage Fist should definitely knock him out here, even if it doesn't count the hit on the substitute. I'm just going to go ahead and Rage Fist. I don't think I need to bulk up again. Because I'm just playing against crits at that point. So, even if we knock him out, I don't know if it's 3 hits or 2. We get a crit. I don't really think that crit mattered. Again, it's guaranteed. Like, I don't think he had that much bulk because he had enough speed to outspeed me, which is a considerable amount of speed for Tentacruel. Yeah, and he had to be max attack to do that much with Liquidation. So yeah, there's no way he's living that. That's what happens. Of course. Do you think a Rage Fist makes the most sense here? So we will just Rage Fist here. Yeah, he's gonna overheat. I figured it would be an overheat set maybe. But we'll be fine here just to get another knockout. And I like actually doing something for the first time in like 3 weeks. And I don't know if I live a hit from Basculin. I would assume not. But Meowscarada. So this Pokemon can obviously flip a Flower Trick, which is going to hit me on the physical side. I think I will just stay in then and Rage Fist. He's gonna fling, okay. What? We're gonna get a big nugget, alright. Fair enough. We do live. And this might just take them out. I'm not sure actually. He's not okay, so we lives that. I kinda wanna switch. I don't wanna be an ass, but like I actually need the differential badly. Yeah, let's just go Edgar. I really want to try to preserve the 6-0 if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible, but if I can, then I mean, we might as well try, right? Why is this thing so damn weak? I literally have 200. I have 248 EVs in HP. And I have 236 in defense. Oh, he's got Overgrow. Fuck, forgot about that. These Flower Tricks are going crazy. So, I think we will just Alluring, or we just Wish. Fuck it, let's just Wish, just in case we live somehow. Not sure if that's, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So, down goes Wigglytuff. I don't really know if this is a throw or not, but I don't really want to take any damage on any one thing at this point. So I want to try to go through Sisters and do something here. Let's just Body Press. I'm hoping he gives me this Pokemon and doesn't go Hydrapple, because Hydrapple's annoying. Hydropole. Okay, he could just let me out. I mean, obviously he's just memeing, right? So. Dude, that had to be the longest minute of my life. Holy crap. That jump took forever. It could Nasty Plot. That's why I kind of want to go to Goodra here. Goodra. Dude, if he's Spit F, it actually eats those just fine. Maybe I just go Tears of Elise and Toxic then. Yeah, I think I will just do that. Because I do naturally outspeed Basculin with Sandy Shocks. So on the off chance it's not Terra Ground, that I need that Pokemon. Syrup Bomb. Does that lower my speed? No. I think it will lower my speed eventually. Does this thing get any? Yeah, there it is. I think, well, I mean, I definitely outspeed this Pokemon still. So I will just Toxic. I don't want to substitute because I'm pretty sure that Syrup thing lasts 2 turns. I guess I could have done... He is going to switch. Okay, so Basculin's going to come in here. That is perfectly fine by me. And this Pokemon can't really set up. So I'd like to just... Well, it can set up a substitute, but I have the Toxic on it, so I don't really care. It is Red Stripe. Okay, which means it does have Reckless and Adaptability and Mold Breaker. I will just Protect because I want to scout if he's going to Terrastalize this turn. I think that just makes sense. Protect. Hydro Pump, he's special. Man, hats off to Cricket, bro. He's brought a fucking bomb-ass team. I think I always just go Goodra, though. I think Goodra's the play. You know what's crazy? This actually came kind of close to me just losing. Because Sandy Shocks is pretty worthless if this is a Terra Ground, which it doesn't look like it is at this point. Dragon Pulse it is. He's going to switch into Hydrapple. Okay. I would assume it's choice specs with Terra Ground, Terra Blast, and that might try to knock me out. I could do the calc, I just don't really care about doing the calc at this point. We're just having, whoa, that did some big boy damage. Okay, let's hit him again. I did a lot of damage with that, so I'm going to assume that he has some sort of speed investment. Yeah, and he misses the Draco. Dude, that sucks. I'm sorry, man. Out of all of this, that's what happens. That's some bullshit. We'll see Basculin, and here's kind of the moment of truth. The only real thing he can hit me with is Terra Blast here. I don't think it kills me, so we're gonna Dragon Pulse. I knew it. I knew it would be Terra Ground. I mean, he's electric? Oh, okay, well, I could not be more wrong. That's pretty funny. He's gonna Ice Beam. He'll freeze. He'll freeze. Get his get back. Okay, well. I don't think Flamethrower thaws it. I think it's only Scald and like Lava Plume or something. Okay, I could be completely wrong about that. GG's to Cricket, man. It's it feels a little undeserved because I fought like a Heat team. Really fun, really creative sets. I definitely enjoyed the battle more than I've been enjoying these ASL battles of late. Not just because we won, but because we got to see some cool shit. Now, I don't know if we make playoffs. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be really close, I think, because we are 5-4, and this 5-0 pretty much negated last week's 4-0 loss, +1. So I think we have like even differential, maybe like +1 or +2 differential. All right, so I just looked back on the doc because for some reason the spreadsheet isn't, it's not updated, but so I just watched like my YouTube video from the past week. So I believe we were 5-4 with even differential if I did the math right. So again, it's not looking good, but I guess you'll know if we made playoffs because there will be an ASL video next week. If not, then the jig is up, I guess. So if this is the last ASL video, I wanted to thank Hutch and all the moderators in the ASL server and all that. It's been a relatively smooth ride. I like how they scheduled things. They scheduled the battles and all that, so that everyone's kind of uploads matched up. As for my team, I think we got off to a really hot start. You know, 4-1 is great. One of those games was determined pretty hard by hacks, but besides that, I just think it was a draft that was either really fun or really not fun. So that's kind of what you get with me as far as my drafts. But I try to keep the videos entertaining even if I'm not having a good time. This one was relatively low energy just because, again, I haven't had the best time so far, and that's nothing against the league itself. That's just how it's been. I have a lot on my plate, so that's enough rambling for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.